Hi, I'm Jonah, and I have a confession. I have a fear of disappointment. When I was younger, I used to be really popular in elementary school. I had a great group of friends. I was super popular on the recess playground, and I had a lot of fun being super self-confident and having everyone kind of look up to me. But then my dad lost his job during the 08-09 recession, and we had to move, which that didn't seem devastating at first, but actually really changed my life and how I went about living it. When I went into my new elementary school and then on to middle school and high school, I lost a lot of that confidence and a lot of my self-worth. I didn't feel like I could be my goofy self anymore. I didn't feel like I could really feel like I could accomplish what I could. So then it kind of created this fear inside of me of being a disappointment to people. I didn't want to let anyone down. I didn't want to let my teachers down. I didn't want to let my friends down. So I kind of just played a part in every role that I could have. I bounced around from different friends groups, not really having a solid best friend. And I also had a fear of not getting good grades, of not doing enough work, not working hard enough, and it just pushed me a lot. And a lot of people call that self-drive, but to me it was just more out of fear of not wanting to let anyone down. I got good grades. I did a lot of work. I always had my time filled. I did well in sports. I had basically everything that a high school student could have, other than popularity, other than having great friends, and other than feeling accomplished. With all my achievements, I still felt like there was something that wasn't there, something that I wasn't able to give someone else. I was always feeling like I had a little bit more potential that I couldn't give to a group of people. And my parents have always been supportive as well. They have been by my side. They have always pushed me to do my greatest. And they've never told me that I've disappointed them, but I still feel that pressure that I could one day because I've seen it before. Not necessarily being a disappointment, but just, I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to cause stress and strife inside of someone's life like that, which then kind of let me internalize a lot of my pain and a lot of my strife that I went through and feeling like I was hated by everyone. Then I went to college. I became very independent while still relying on the people around me because I needed someone to acknowledge that I am doing the most I can. Again, I filled my time as much as I could. I worked nonstop. I had so many credits. I took 18 to 21 credits. I had up to 3 jobs at one time just to feel like I had all my potential being filled, but it still just drained me. I didn't feel like I could really hone in on one skill that I wanted to do. I didn't feel like I was living my life. I felt like I was living in a shell, and when I came home, when I was sitting in my room all alone, I couldn't figure out who I was. I felt like I had all these different masks, all these different faces, trying not to disappoint anyone, and that just became overwhelming. And I still, at this point in time, I don't know exactly who I am other than my core beliefs. However, I have worked so hard, but I've also learned to take time to be quiet, to not always have music playing, to not always be having to watch something on YouTube, to not always having to have a distraction so I don't have to feel this burden of always accomplishing something. A lot of times when I'm showering, I love listening to music, but recently I've just been standing there peacefully thinking my thoughts out loud being able to internalize my self-worth and what I'm doing with my life. I have gotten a lot of opportunities from my hard work and from how I have lived my life, and I have no regrets with how hard I have worked and how much time I've done. I just have had this burden, and it's slowly being lifted, yet I will most likely be feeling this for a long time.